Ever notice how cheating in 2026 doesn't look the same as it did 10 years ago? A decade ago, cheating meant a physical act. You met someone, you did something. That was cheating. But in 2026, cheating has evolved. It's become more sophisticated, it's become harder to detect, and most importantly, women have figured out how to do it in ways that don't leave obvious evidence. And men are finding out too late. They're finding out after months or years of being deceived. They're finding out after they've already invested emotionally and physically and mentally into a relationship with someone who was already invested in someone else. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how women cheat in 2026, what the modern methods look like, why these methods are harder to detect, and what you need to be aware of so you're not the guy who finds out too late. The first way women cheat in 2026 is through emotional affairs, and most men don't even recognize it as cheating. She has a close connection with a guy from work, or a guy she met online, or an old flame, and they text constantly. They talk about everything. They share intimate thoughts. They have inside jokes. And physically, nothing has happened, so it doesn't feel like cheating. But emotionally, she's already left the relationship. She's sharing her innermost thoughts with someone else. She's building intimacy with someone else. She's creating a connection with someone else. And you're still in the relationship, but you're not the person she's closest to anymore. That position has been filled by someone else. This is cheating. It's just not the kind men immediately recognize. The second way is through dating apps while in a relationship, and this is becoming increasingly common in 2026. She keeps her dating profiles active, she swipes, she talks to guys, she might even plan to meet them, but she tells herself it's not cheating if nothing physical happens. And when you eventually find out, she'll say she was just curious, she was just looking, she wasn't actually going to do anything. But the reality is that she was emotionally invested in the possibility. She was keeping her options open. She was maintaining an escape route in case she decided to leave. The third way is through micro-cheating, small acts that individually don't seem like cheating, but collectively create a pattern of inappropriate connection with someone else. She maintains a close friendship with an ex. She flirts with guys online. She keeps old flames on her social media and likes their posts. She sends suggestive messages to guys from her past. Individually, each thing seems innocent, but together, they paint a picture of someone who's not fully committed to the relationship. The fourth way is through private apps and burner accounts. She has a private Instagram account he doesn't know about. She has a Snapchat he doesn't know about. She has apps on her phone that are hidden from the main screen. And she's using these accounts to communicate with other men, to share photos, to maintain connections. Technology has made this incredibly easy in 2026. Apps can be hidden. Messages can be deleted, conversations can disappear, activity can be erased, and unless he's specifically looking for it, he won't find it. The fifth way is through selective honesty. She tells him the truth about things that don't matter while being deceptive about things that do. She tells him the truth about where she was. She tells him the truth about who she was with. But she leaves out the part where she felt a connection with someone. She leaves out the part where the conversation turned flirty. She's being technically honest while being fundamentally deceptive. The sixth way is through the friend group as a cover. She goes out with her girlfriends. He thinks she's with her girlfriends, but she's actually meeting guys, or one guy specifically, and her friends cover for her. They back up her story. They say, yes, we were together the whole time. The friend group becomes her alibi. The seventh way is through video calls and voice chat. She's maintaining a connection with someone through FaceTime or voice calls or video games together. It seems innocent. They're just playing games together. They're just talking. But there's an intimacy in that connection. There's a choice to spend her free time with someone else instead of her partner. The eighth way is through social media interaction that's designed to make him think she's not interested in other men. She posts couple photos with him, she tags him in sweet messages, she comments on his posts, but behind the scenes, she's maintaining active connections with other men. Social media becomes a cover for the actual relationship dynamic. The ninth way is through the slow fade. She doesn't cheat dramatically, she doesn't get caught, but she gradually becomes less available, less interested, less present, and he thinks the relationship is just fading naturally. He doesn't realize she's being pulled away by someone else. By the time he figures it out, she might already be planning to leave. The 10th way is through rebranding the narrative. If she gets caught, if he finds out about the other guy or the dating app or the private accounts, she immediately rebrands what he found. She wasn't planning to cheat, she was just exploring. She was just feeling insecure about the relationship. She was just keeping her options open. She turns his discovery into evidence that he doesn't trust her. She turns his legitimate concerns into him being paranoid and controlling, and he starts questioning whether he's right to be upset. Here's what all of these have in common. They're all designed to be plausible. They're all designed to have an innocent explanation if discovered. They're all designed to make him question whether he's overreacting. And that's the genius of modern cheating. It lives in that gray area where you're not quite sure if it's cheating or not. Is talking intimately with another guy cheating? Maybe not technically. Emotionally, yes, but technically, maybe not. Is keeping dating apps while in a relationship cheating? It depends. If she's not actually meeting guys, maybe not, but she's definitely keeping her options open. Is flirting with exes cheating? Not physically, but emotionally, it's inappropriate. And that gray area is where 2026 cheating lives. The reason men find out too late is because they're not looking for these kinds of cheating. They're looking for the obvious stuff. They're looking for her coming home late, smelling like cologne. They're looking for hickeys. They're looking for physical evidence. But modern cheating doesn't leave physical evidence. Modern cheating leaves behavioral clues. Sudden protectiveness of her phone, new passwords, different levels of secrecy, unexplained time away, vagueness about who she's talking to. But these clues are easy to miss if you're not looking for them, and most men aren't looking for them because they don't think they need to. Here's what you need to understand about cheating in 2026. Cheating has evolved. It's become more subtle. It's become more deniable. It's become easier to hide. And it doesn't always look like what you think cheating looks like. Emotional affairs are real affairs, even if nothing physical happens. Maintaining active dating profiles is cheating, even if you haven't met anyone. Flirting with other guys is cheating, even if it's just online. And if someone is doing these things, they're already gone. They might still be living in your house, they might still be sleeping in your bed, but they're emotionally invested in someone else. The hard truth is that someone who's emotionally invested in multiple people can't be fully committed to you. And if you're dating someone in 2026 and you're noticing things that feel off, they probably are off. You're not paranoid, you're not being controlling, you're noticing the signs of someone who's not fully committed. Trust your instincts, ask direct questions, look for patterns, pay attention to behavioral changes. And if you find evidence of the kind of cheating that lives in the gray area, understand that it still counts, it still matters, it still means something. Because cheating in 2026 isn't always about physical acts. It's about where someone's emotional and mental energy is going. It's about where their time and attention are directed. It's about who they're choosing to be intimate with. And if she's choosing intimacy with someone else, that's cheating. Comment if you've experienced any of these forms of modern cheating. Comment if you're noticing red flags in your current relationship. Comment if you didn't recognize what was happening until it was too late. I read every comment, and if this helped you understand what to look for in 2026, I'd appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe. It helps more men understand that modern cheating looks different, and you need to know how to recognize it. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.